Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Rachel of GatheredPlans. I hope that you're all doing well. I have this beautiful kit called Strawberry Fields. This is from twolilbees. I've actually been craving using a twolilbees kit, so this is why I'm actually going to use one. And it's funny because the week before I actually used a strawberry kit as well from Miss and Meow, but they are two different kinds of kits and different saturations and such. And this kit was definitely out of my element because it was very it was extra girly, very vibrant colors, um, and just very fairy tale, and it's not really something that I would naturally and normally gravitate towards. So I did feel kind of out of my element, but I did enjoy it. It was so fun planning with it. It was very different, and it gave me an opportunity to really try new things, as I've been trying to do for the longest time now, instead of staying within like my comfort zone all the time. And I think the spread still turned out really pretty. I was able to use those very bold, detailed borders at the bottom. Those are from Paper Trail Plans. They're very ornate. That's the word I'm trying to think of. And I'm pulling in my Gathered Layers and Panda Bird Design day cover strips. This is the garland one with the lace detail, and it is on transparent matte paper. So I love this trick where you actually put florals behind it, and it just looks impeccable. I feel like it looks weird until you put it on. The final touch of putting the date cover strip looks significantly better, but as you see here, I'm kind of playing around with laying it over so I can kind of see the placement of florals, and I just love it. I feel like you can still get the vibrant florals even though you have a sticker on top of it, and it's because of the transparent matte paper type. It really helps. So I also have the month version of this date cover design, so I went ahead and pulled that in. It is so beautiful, and then these super dainty date dots are from Sadie Stickers. So this is a very fairy tale girly kit, but the reason I wanted to actually use this kit this week was because I started reading a lot again recently. This was the week I started reading The Perfect Marriage, and I just went to town. Like I was reading so much, as much as I could. I try to at least do like 30 minutes to an hour a day if I can, just, you know, with work and all that stuff and personal life and my business and YouTube, like, you know all of it already. But I am so happy. Like I feel like I'm kind of back in my groove of reading again. I just finished reading The Silent Patient. So good. Like I actually liked it better than The Perfect Marriage. Let me know if you've read either of them or both, but The Perfect Marriage, I definitely felt like there were some like unfinished parts, or like parts to the story that made me question, like it just didn't seem logical, or it just didn't make sense. Like some pieces of it I was like, this is a little bit unfinished, or what's the logic behind this? It doesn't make sense now that I've kind of thought about the whole book as a whole. And I don't know if that was kind of like the purpose or the point the author was trying to achieve, was to get you to think, but I just felt like there were some holes in some of I don't know how to describe it. There were just some holes. And I do like overthink a lot of stuff. So whenever I am reading a book, I'm like, okay, well, this makes sense or this doesn't make sense. And there's no way, like, how can this be the outcome? Because it just doesn't seem like that could happen. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I overthink everything. But nevertheless, I still really enjoyed both. I do like The Silent Patient a lot better. Not a lot better, but I do like it better than The Perfect Marriage. I just feel like it was a lot more complete, and I loved the end. It was so good. I like to say I'm very good at the game Clue, and which I am. I'm very good at just like mystery games and things like that. So as I'm reading these kinds of books, like I love mysteries and thrillers and things like that, that I'm starting to kind of pick up on some clues, and I try to figure out the story, or I try to like guess what's going to happen. And I will say I'm pretty impressed. I have been able to kind of guess a few things while I was, you know, in the middle of reading The Silent Patient, and I still was pretty surprised overall at the end, and it was really good. I think that's kind of what gets me the most, is just the beauty and the artistry of the entire novel was just so good, and how the author did a beautiful job of tying everything together, explaining everything in great detail, and keeping you on your toes and guessing. And that was truly the beauty of the entire thing for me. It was so well written. Anyways, I will say I struggled a lot with some of those Greek words or Greek names. I was like, okay, probably butchering this, but it's whatever. I'm only reading it in my brain, so nobody can hear me, you know? Okay, so I know I went off on a tangent there, but this was a week where I was reading a lot and getting really back into reading, so I felt like this kit was so fitting. Even though it's like Strawberry Fields, it still has very like Alice in Wonderland fairy tale vibes to me, so felt like it was so appropriate. Let me grab my planner. So on Monday, I did cardio on the treadmill. Let's see, I love using the lace garlands from the Gibbon Girl. I felt like that was really great to like pull in and tie in with the date covers and then the super ornate bottom border. I also love the trick that Lauren does where she trims the labels and gets just the scallop piece to decorate and lay over some floral or other things like that. I tried to do that as well, especially with Two Little Bees kits. I think they're really great. This is something that you can totally do, by the way. So that really vertically long dainty garland that I used at the bottom of Monday, that's from Sadie Stickers, and she does sell some like seasonal stickers where, say for example, recently, excuse me, for fall, I'm like, don't judge me, but I'm drinking coffee, an iced coffee at 7 p.m., but I need something because I'm so tired and I still want to enjoy the rest of my night and do more things. So I need a little pick me up. But honestly, I could have coffee and fall asleep. It's kind of bad. But I digress. So as I was saying about the garland, Alicia does sell like garlands that have the detail, the seasonal thing, for example, like leaves in the garlands. But in this case, I kind of made my own where I just put a dot in the garland. So you can totally work with what you have. I'm all about trying to be as affordable as possible because I know not everybody can, like, has the means to be able to get every single sticker every single week. You know, this is an expensive hobby. It definitely adds up. So that's just a trick that I have, but I will say it's definitely so much more time consuming. So if you don't want to do all the extra work of cutting stickers up in dots the way I do, like, of course, go ahead and just like get what you want that's already made the way you want to use it. But an example of making it your own way is just putting a dot or like a flower or a butterfly in the garland so it kind of looks like it's seasonal. Okay, so I kind of talked through all of Monday. I was studying for a certification that I'm hoping to get soon. I actually have my test this Tuesday. My exam is this Tuesday, so wish me luck, please, please, please. I'm not going to cram and do any studying tonight because today's really a day full of like relaxing, spending time with family. Like we went to museums all this morning, walked around the city, had a really nice lunch and coffee, and Greg and I just had a lot of great, just a great time. Like we had a really great day date, and now that we got home, like we're so tired, need a nap, and I'm just doing some planning and some fun stuff. I haven't touched my planner in what feels like weeks. So I'm actually going to start studying or doing like some more studying tomorrow morning because this certification is for my job. So it's part of work, and I'll probably be able to do most of that tomorrow. So that way I'm good to go on Tuesday. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. I mean, I've of course been studying for like the past month and a half, but it's always like the test nerves. I feel like I haven't done a proper exam or had a proper exam since college. So I'm very, very nervous to say the least. Let me know in the comments below if you get like test anxiety. I certainly do. And this one's a little bit different. It's virtual. It's proctored by someone online with a webcam. So it's just all new to me. It's just weird. Okay. What else happened? Okay, I'm just gonna jump to, no. On Monday, studied for my certification. I was reading The Perfect Marriage, gave Jace a bath, and then had therapy. On Tuesday, I filmed a Plan With Me, had a hair spa and cut appointment, grabbed Starbucks, naturally, you know, it was like a treat yourself kind of day. I studied more for my certification, and then this was actually the day that Greg came home from Estonia. If you guys watched my previous Plan With Me, he went to Estonia for a week for work, and this was obviously so long ago, beginning of August. Which is crazy. We're at the end of September, or almost the end of September already. Good gracious. This year is flying. I feel like once spring hit, it would just like flew by. Okay. Wednesday, cuddled with Jace in the hammock. He's so adorable. He actually doesn't mind laying in the hammock with me. Normally, that would have freaked him out. But up and just like around this time is when he actually has been enjoying sitting in the hammock with me. And I think he actually finds comfort in the swinging. And it's just so adorable. It's cute. It's just awkward for him to get in and out of it because it's a hammock, you know? My new monitor for work came in, so Greg helped me set that up. I also bought an arm for it so that there's less clutter. So thanks, Alicia, for helping me out with that, because I think she has the same monitor arm that I have, and I was looking at it too. So I'm so glad she was able to verify that it works well. Let's see. Oh, was this also? Yeah, I think this was the day that Greg also made curry for at home. Was this? I feel like I wrote that previously. Maybe he tried to make curry again. I don't know. Had ice cream and watched the I Am Groot small mini series that were on Disney Plus. They're so adorable. I love Groot so much. He is the cutest thing in the entire world. I adore him. I washed my sheets on Thursday. So here's the thing. I wash my sheets often. I just don't always mark it. I know it sounds gross, TMI, whatever. I feel like I have to explain myself even when I sometimes feel the need to mark washing my hair. I wash my hair once a week, once to twice a week, just depends on how sweaty and gross it is or whatever, because I can't afford to wash my hair every day because it'll dry it out so much. But I feel like it's kind of gross and I have to explain to myself when I do mark washing my sheets. And I know a lot of other planners talk about this too, where they're like, hey, by the way, I do shower every day. I just felt like marking it special to say because I didn't have anything crazy going on. So just a little PSA, Did a leg workout. Oh, by the way, I pulled in some beautiful foiled icons from the Given Girl. They were from a previous plan with me, and I just felt like the colors were pretty spot on, and they were in gold, so I was like, let me use them because I love them so much. And yeah, so I had a YouTube binge on Thursday. Continued reading The Perfect Marriage, and I don't feel like I marked anything or did anything else the end of Thursday. That's probably why I made a little scene at the bottom there using the large journaling deco pieces. So that's what I did. I'm pretty sure I just read the rest of the night and got super into the book because I do that. I feel like once I hit that halfway mark in a book, like The Silent Patient, I think I just regularly started reading it this past week, and just towards the end of the week, I don't know what happened, but I feel like I was at the halfway mark and then I just finished the rest of the book because it was just getting so good and I was like, I can't put it down. It's one of those things where, honestly, the beautiful thing about reading, in my opinion, a lot of you avid readers that are listening to this probably already know this, and it's probably why you enjoy reading. There is just so much fulfillment in putting in some work to know the end result, right? It's so different than watching a movie, where when you're watching a movie, you sit there and you don't have to do anything. There's no work on your end. But there is some form of satisfaction when you are reading a book. You're like, oh, I did this. I actually took the time to read this, and you feel accomplished, you feel great, you feel like you're detached from technology for a little bit. In the end, you're also, benefiting from knowing what's going on in the book that you're reading. And I love that. And I think that's kind of, I've almost had to change my mindset into why I kind of got back into reading, because for a while after college, I just fell out of love with reading. And I feel like a big part of that was because I didn't know what genre fit me. And for the longest time, I was reading a lot of self-help books, which I love them, but they can be dry at times, So finally, putting myself in a position where I'm realizing, oh my gosh, this is actually the genre I like, and really owning that and not being afraid to try something new, because I always kind of felt like I needed to read self-help books because of all the work I'm trying to do in therapy and trying to better myself. And I'm like, I feel like this is the only thing I can read or I need to read. Whereas no, reading can be recreational and it can be so fulfilling and fun in that way too. So, but yeah, that's the thing about it too, is whenever I'm halfway at a book, I just can't put it down because I want to know what happens. And it's not as easy as turning the TV on and figuring out what's going on with something, because you're not doing any work in that. You have to really be, focusing and paying attention. Whereas I feel like you can totally be multitasking when you're watching TV, but that's probably made no sense. If you are watching this and listening to me, please just be my friend and just comment below and tell me that you understand where I'm coming from, so I don't feel like a completely crazy person. Yeah, anywho's, I totally went off on a tangent there. Okay, so on Friday, I talked to someone at work on the phone for a good while. Trained chest and triceps. I deep cleaned our living room. Again, that's an icon from The Giving Girl. And we had sushi. I don't know why, but I just felt like this jar icon was so cute, and I love using deco pieces if they're somewhat relatable to like what I'm marking, even though that's obviously like a jam jar or whatever you want to call it. It's not sushi, but I still wanted to use it because it was like a food item. Watched Stranger Things. I did not like the way I wrote it, so you saw that I used whiteout, and thankfully it has not smudged yet. So I just used 2 deco pieces, and I loved that brown and gold butterfly, so pretty. Filmed a plan with me on Saturday. Some of my favorite things to do first thing in the morning on a weekend is filming a plan with me, and I feel like I haven't been able to touch my planner really in the past week and a half just because of everything that's kind of like happening and a lot of pressure on me that I'm just tired, and I just want to the only way I want to de-stress right now is just read my book and not be on any form of technology. So I feel like I've also been a little bit MIA from Instagram and YouTube, so I do apologize for that, but taking care of myself first, you know? Let's see. Did a leg workout. Greg made pesto pasta. We had ice cream, and oh my gosh, this was this was the day where we drove my Jeep with the top off, and we were driving behind this 4Runner that had like the back like window open, and they were like blasting music and like drinking in the trunk, just like a bunch of I think just a bunch of adults just having a blast in the trunk of a 4Runner and just like having a great time. And we were behind them and we were like throwing our hands in the air, like having so much fun and like waving with them, and it was so fun. It was definitely a grand time, and I totally miss it and remembered it. It's really small happy moments like that that make you appreciate just life, you know? Just sounds cliche and silly, but it's true. But it was super memorable, so that's why I wanted to put that down. So anyways, let me get back on track here. On Sunday, I slept in. I also loved all the butterfly elements from Sadie stickers that I pulled in. I just feel like they're perfect. Even though, were there butterflies? Yeah, there were butterflies in the kit. I just felt like it was really great. This, for me, was probably more of a spring kit, but I felt like strawberries and the fields remind me of summer. I don't know. I feel like it could have worked for both, so that's why I still used it. Painted my nails Sunday, uploaded an organization video for Ray and Tay, and then had a YouTube binge. But that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.